Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A major development tonight on the vaccine front as a CDC panel recommends the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 5 to 11.
Officers involved in 2 high-speed chases across Macomb County at the same time. How it all started.
An Election Day 2021 with more than 200 races being decided tonight as we get closer to polls closing.
Good to have you with us for Local 4 News at 6. We're going to begin tonight with the Local 4 defenders uncovering new ways high-tech thieves are stealing cars.
All right, so we're talking about thieves hacking into key fobs. Defender Sean Lay joins us live. And Sean, you've been talking to experts who say this new trend is happening more and more often.
That's right, Kimberly. Good evening. And if you're watching at home, give me 1 minute. I'm going to show you how reproduction of key fobs is helping thieves steal cars left and right. And I also want you to protect yourself. It's an easy fix. This car right here, it was stolen. It was stripped. The guys didn't have to break in. They simply copied the key fob from the outside. They got in and they drove off.
It's like the best of the best, and it's the hottest in the streets, and it was taken so quick for me. I'm just out of my mind blown from everything.
Jennifer Wilson just got her beautiful brand new custom built $90,000 Dodge Charger, and in 4 days it was gone.
Gone, like I never even had it.
Wilson knows the thieves hacked her key fob to get in, start it, and steal it.
Yes, they actually had a programmer, I'm sure, which they cost around $8,000, but these young kids out here know how to do it, and they're getting in these cars so quick and taking them. It's unbelievable to me.
What do you think when you hear key fob hacking?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, thieves are getting more sophisticated.
Car expert Sam Hussein owns MetroTech Automotive in Dearborn. Customers come in after recovering their stolen car. Their key fob doesn't work because thieves reproduced that fob to easily steal newer push-button start vehicles.
At least 2-3 times a week they're coming in.
2 or 3 times a week?
Yes, sir.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir. What the thieves are doing is they're using the programmer to program a new key fob to turn on this vehicle. Once that's done, your original key will no longer work.
Last week, Detroit police found key fobs and a key fob programmer in a car during a traffic stop. All the thief has to do is be close to your key fob for the programmer to pick it up and reproduce its signal.
He programs the key to the vehicle and he could get in it like it's his car.
Back here live, 2 things, Jennifer, that you saw at the top of our piece, offering a $5,000 cash reward on the spot for anyone that can get her charger back. And if you're watching at home, here's the 1-second fix. The key fob, put it in any kind of can. That way the programmer on the outside cannot read the radio waves given off by your fob. I'm Local 4 Defender Sean Lay. Back to you.
I had no idea this was happening. You've really taught me something new today, Sean.
Brand new.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That's
wow.
right.
We have a total of 14 yeses, 0 nos, and so the motion passes, and the interim recommendation is now a recommendation by the ACIP.
That was it. Unanimous support from the CDC's panel of outside experts voting to recommend the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. That means a COVID vaccine for children now is just one more decision away.
All eyes now focused on the CDC director, who will have the final say. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge has been following this pivotal meeting all day. He's back live with us with a closer look at some of the issues that came up in this discussion. Doc.
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So a key question that I've heard personally and that several panel members actually brought up is what should be done for children who are 11 but are about to turn 12. The first concern, whether they should wait to get vaccinated, and the answer was no. And that's because 11-year-olds generated the same level of protection from the lower dose of the vaccine, meaning there was basically no benefit to waiting. So what happens if a child is 11 when they get the first dose but turn 12 by the time they get the second? Well, the CDC actually clarified that the dosage should be based on the child's age on the day they receive the vaccine. However, a child who has turned 12 between doses can still get the lower pediatric dose for their second vaccination. Now, another question that came up is, will the vaccine be as effective in children who are obese? The CDC actually said the pediatric dose will be appropriate for children aged 5 to 11, regardless of their size or weight. And that's because dosing is based on how a child's immune system is expected to respond. And younger children tend to have a more robust immune system. Now, the CDC director still has to give her official recommendation, as you pointed out. That is expected to happen as early as tonight, meaning, in theory, the first shots could actually be given tomorrow. Back to you.
Yeah, okay. Doc, we appreciate it.
Now to Decision 2021. Voters across Metro Detroit deciding more than 200 races today. We're less than 2 hours away from the polls closing in most places in Michigan.
In Detroit, voters will be deciding the city's next mayor. Mayor Mike Duggan is seeking his third consecutive term. His opponent is Anthony Adams, who was deputy mayor to Kwame Kilpatrick. This is video from both men voting earlier today. There are also city council seats up for grabs and 3 ballot proposals in the city of Detroit.
Other races we'll be watching. Sterling Heights Mayor Mike Taylor running for re-election against conservative challenger Ken Nelson. In Livonia, we could see a shuffling on the city council, 4 seats on the line there. In Taylor, incumbent Mayor Rick Sollers is running a write-in campaign for a re-election while awaiting trial on corruption charges. And in Dearborn, the city's going to have a new mayor for the first time since 2007, with State Rep Abdullah Hammoud facing off against former Wayne County Commission Chairman Gary Warrenchak. Again, polls close most of Michigan at 8 p.m. We'll have updated results throughout the night at clickondetroit.com, and hope you'll be with us tonight for Local 4 News at 11. Now ahead here at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News, Detroit clerk Janice Winfrey opens up about threats of violence that she received after the election of 2020, leading her to take a course in firearms training.
With my husband being ill and not able to protect like he usually is, I felt very vulnerable. So I took the classes, and so now I carry a weapon, which I don't like doing. I didn't sign up for this. I don't think any of us as clerks signed up for this, you know. All I want to do is administer clean, fair elections. I promise that's all I want to do.
Rest of that conversation coming up tonight at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News, right after Local 4 News at 6.
All right, well, today we got our first snow flurries of the season.
So what do we expect here for the rest of the night, Andrew?
Well, a few more of those snow flurries coming back. You can see that here on Storm Tracker 4 as it gets colder this evening, mainly farther to our north, as you can see here in portions of Lapeer County. Right here on the northwest corner of Lapeer County, we're seeing some of that flurry activity happening, but it's really inconsequential, really not making anything too slippery up toward Columbiaville and north of Lapeer. Elsewhere, we're generally seeing scattered sprinkles, but fewer of those sprinkles than we saw earlier this afternoon. Currently, we've got 42 degrees over at Metro Airport, a wind at 9 miles per hour, making it feel like it's in the 30s. Same thing in your neighborhood, mostly between 40 and 45 degrees still, although temperatures have gone down a couple of notches. So as you still head to the polls, bundle up. Don't have to worry too much about slipperiness out there on the roads. There might be an odd snowflake or raindrop as we go over the next hour or two, getting colder but drier. Temps in the 30s by 8 p.m. and afterward. We'll talk about how low temperatures fall later tonight, and then they rise again tomorrow, but how high? I've got the answer in your full weather forecast coming up.
Okay, Andrew, thank you. 4 suspects are involved in 2 dangerous high-speed chases through Macomb County, and tonight we're seeing the dash cam video of one of those chases. This is a story we first brought you last night at 11 when 4 armed men carjacked the owner of a Hellcat at gunpoint. One of those suspects then led Sterling Heights police on a chase during rush hour traffic. Officers finally were able to stop the stolen car using stop sticks at Van Dyke and 16.5 Mile.
Went up and down Van Dyke, in and out of traffic, against traffic, on the median, on the sidewalk, and then our officers, knowing that these are armed suspects, we have to get these guys in custody. Okay, and they did that.
The 3 other suspects were involved in a chase that went into Warren. That chase ended in the parking lot of an apartment complex near Van Dyke and Martin. All 4 suspects involved in the 2 chases were arrested, with police recovering 4 guns.
For most businesses, this is the open enrollment season, with employees deciding what benefits they and their employers will pay for in 2022. But some white-collar workers at Stellantis have a different decision to make here in the next couple of weeks, and that's whether to retire. Business editor Rob Maloney live in Auburn Hills with a look at the buyouts being offered and what's in those packages. Rod.
Well, Devin, once upon a time, they'd give you a nice watch and maybe some travel brochures to Florida when you retire. But in the modern era, we're talking cash here, incentivize people to actually leave. And mainly, Stellantis would have you believe it's because times are changing for those people who are in the upper age levels here in the tower. Fiat Chrysler didn't expend a lot of energy on electrification, but now that Stellantis grew out of Fiat Chrysler and Peugeot, that is changing. Guidehouse Insights auto analyst Sam Abel-Samid tells Local 4.
I think what they're most likely doing is targeting engineers that work in the powertrain area, the traditional powertrain area. Most likely at this point, Stellantis has designed their last all-new engines and transmissions.
The company confirming in a statement, quote, Stellantis is aggressively moving forward on its journey to become the market leader in low-emission vehicles. To assist in our transition and to align our business priorities to a new set of critical skills and investment opportunities, Stellantis North America is offering a voluntary retirement program to eligible members of our team, end quote. Here are the eligible employees, those 55 plus with 30 years of service and those 58 with 10 years of service. All of these are pension qualified employees. They're offered 3 months paid salary, 100% medical coverage, and participation in the company bonus next spring. But they have to decide by the end of November. Abel-Samid says the company has plans on replacing them with a vastly different workforce.
Recruiting engineers that have skill sets in chemistry for the batteries, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering that can design motors and the power electronics, and also software.
Now, we're talking white-collar employees here in this particular buyout, and it's also a situation where normally they might give you a coupon to buy that new vehicle. They don't have any vehicles, so there aren't going to be any coupons. Back to you.
So when do these notices go out, Rod? How long have they had to pour this over?
Actually, these went out, I'm told, back a week ago tonight when they first started seeing them. And again, they have to make the decision by the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Rod.
Still ahead, he tried to rob a Macomb County gas station with a toy gun.
The video showing what happened once officers caught up with him coming up in a moment. Priya.
Students here at MSU say it's simply how you celebrate a win. Police say otherwise.
We want people to celebrate a good Spartan win, but we're telling people you've got to do it in a safe, responsible manner.
Now investigators are taking a close look at viral videos looking to identify the people burning couches and damaging vehicles.